It is a powerful piece of tendon meat because it allows people to be as big as they want to be. Just need to implant it. You can immediately have the best body. 8 pieces of explosive change of abdominal muscles. Small weak chicken without exercise can also become a strong man in seconds. Can also implant it into your finger. Seconds into 10 trillion vibration motor in case of emergency. If it is implanted in the buttocks, that would be even more powerful, and such an advanced technological means even attracted the top surgeon. He has been in the medical field alone for so many years. Today it seems to have finally found the organization. But what Curly didn't know was, there is a threshold to join this team. In order to show loyalty to technology, you have to personally transform a place to join, and there is also a mysterious initiation ceremony. Curly, for the sake of his future, quickly agreed to. Look at Curly's knowledge of walking. You will be able to know what he transformed the place. That's right, it's definitely the legs. He was so eager to have a pair of amazing legs, so after the transformation immediately went to do the experiment. The result is faster than Bolt, more powerful than even C. Luo playing football. One man can sneak past a large group of people. One shot in the air, the goalkeeper could not react. Curly was so happy that he couldn't close his mouth. I thought, if I knew this was there, I would have been a pretty boy. Curly wasn't finished being happy. The next day, a young blonde man found him and said to Curly with a panicked look on his face that the new guy, "Don't be fooled by this artificial muscle. There's a conspiracy here. It's definitely not what you think." But before he could finish his sentence, the foreman's colleague saw him, and after this incident, the young blonde guy who whispered to Curly was taken directly to the rooftop. In this way, a big conspiracy gradually emerged. This man's pace is so strange. Look at his small steps, as if his left foot is long, the right foot is short, and the expression is not like a normal person, is very strange. The next second, he involuntarily walked off the rooftop 100 meters in the air and fell. He died on the spot. It turned out that he had an artificial muscle implant. Although he could become very powerful, but also others can control him. And these circumstances Curly does not know. The horrible thing is that he is about to enter the next round of transformation. Directly change the whole body, because so many modified muscles. Curly is the only one who does not have a rejection reaction. Curly also in the pursuit of perfection on the road of reluctance. But what I didn't expect was, his colleague who operated on him was extremely envious of him, because he had been with the organization for so many years. Curly had just arrived and became a popular person, so he did not give Curly anesthesia, directly cut his thigh. Curly jumped up and down in pain, but it was a good thing for Curly, because then a police officer approached him and asked him if he knew the man who fell to his death, wanted him to help provide a statement. Curly took a look at my dam. This is not that day to tell him some secret, but did not finish the young blonde man? How to say 2 whispers to himself and then die off. Curly immediately realized that something was wrong. There must be something shameful. He was lucky that he did not continue to reform. It is a blessing in disguise. But Curly continued to explore the mystery. The whole person directly dumbfounded, because he found that the artificial gene is to be used with the back of the spinal cord chip. In other words, every person who wants to transform has to be implanted with a spinal cord chip, and the chip is something can be controlled by computer. So this means that the purpose of this project is not to promote social progress, but to control all human beings. All of this must be a conspiracy of the Dean. When Curly found out, he went to the police. But guess what? They are all in cahoots. This can bring Curly the trouble of killing God. After Curly went back, even now he is in an extremely dangerous situation. But at the moment, we must first remove the artificial muscle from our body. The best thing to do is, so he ran into the emergency room and dialed the emergency number. Urgently found a bag of blood and applied it to his face. He pretended that he was seriously injured and needed to be transferred to a hospital. Do not say that he really let him pass. After arriving at the new hospital, he immediately asked the hospital to operate on him, remove the artificial muscle and other foreign objects. But the doctor was stunned by the curly hair. Little Curly was put under general anesthesia. The doctor peeled off the tape. What the hell is this? Everyone was frozen in place.
最后下一秒。
The doctors were shocked, but the good thing is that the artificial muscle was removed smoothly. But not long after that, a group of thugs rushed in. They opened the door at once. Unfortunately, no one was there. Where's the curly hair? They were on the upper floor. By now, Curly has been put down by a Chinese friend. Also gave him a small red clothes. But the next moment,
Was erlauben Sie sich? Ja!
The result was discovered. The robbers took him to the rooftop. They were going to kill him the same way they killed the blonde boy, using the computer to manipulate Curly little by little to jump off the rooftop, unaware that Curly had already removed the artificial muscle. But Curly still pretended to short circuit and fall down, because he wanted to anger the gangster close to him. And then a hard hit finally picked up the robber's computer, also let him taste the taste of death. Robber is so vicious, but forgot that he can also be controlled by the computer thing. Although Curly Hair fought bravely to win the robber, but the robber's accomplice was alerted. Curly was tied up. At this time, the mastermind behind the scene appeared. He is the Dean. He is also the mastermind of this plan to control human beings, but he's a bit of a pervert. He tried to force Curly's brain open with a small steel pipe and die of pain, but as he spoke, the director's assistant secretly untied Curly and handed him a scalpel. The next moment, the small scalpel in Curly's hand forced into the Dean's heart. Then the little assistant rang the alarm. It turns out that this little assistant is a former colleague of Curly. Such a heartless Dean he really cannot accept, cannot stand by and watch Curly die. This is all over with the death of the mastermind. This farce also came to an end, and the villains have eaten their own fruit. But then again, if there really is artificial muscle, you can modify it at will. Where would you choose to put it?